Today was the LL softball game and much fun was had by all. Because we didn't have anyone on staff who wasn't either going to the game or had a previous engagement, we decided to group recap the game from Park Pub, where we retired post-softball for some beer and food and chats. The folks at Park were wonderful to us, and didn't blink an eye at 20-odd people making a lot of noise over a baseball game. In fact, they almost seemed to find it endearing. If you couldn't make it this time, we'll do another one August 11th, with the same post-game location. It's kid-friendly and dog-friendly, so come on out and join us next time. First inning, Kate. I had not yet arrived at Park Pub, which was nice enough to host our post-softball gathering, but listened to D. Gordon get on base, extending his hitting streak to 11 games. Mitch Haniger then doubled to bring D home all the way from first, causing me to slam my steering wheel and shout, "Mitch!" Apologies to the neighbors of Finney Ridge enjoying a sleepy, sunny Saturday. But let me say again, Mitch. Mike Leake got into a little bit of trouble in the second, but was bailed out by Rafael Devers swinging at a ball that literally hit him on the foot. There was much shouting and cheering when Leake got out of it as Devers grounded out, much to the surprise of the other denizens of the Park Pub, but who cares? Mike Leake forever. Second inning, Isabel, the boos echoed throughout Park Pub. Once a Yankee, always a Yankee. Speaking of Yankees, thanks Fox for that gratuitous cut to the NYY on the Fenway Park scoreboard. They got shut out by the Rays, not that the broadcast acknowledged that at all. With Gammel aboard, Heredia worked a full count but continued to show a frustrating inability to handle pitches in the upper half of the zone. Chris Harriman picked up the backup catcher OBP mantle, but an Andrew Ramini special, an infield pop-out slower off the bat than most Metropolitan Highway speed limits, and a D. Gordon flyout that was somehow too hard hit ended the scoring opportunity. Mike Leake allowed no hits, no runs, and some reasonably frightening contact. Third inning, John, hamstrings. You might think, they can't be that important, they just connect your knees to your butt. Actually, that sounds pretty vital, never mind, and you'd be right, eventually. Nelson Cruz famously has a tendency to power through pain whenever possible, but much as we saw Jean Segura struggle last year following multiple hamstring, lower body injuries, Nelly wasn't right. At long last, after fluky dugout step capers and multiple times down the line coming up limp, today we saw how fortunate the M's are to have a healthy Nelly in Cano's absence. An easy double followed by scoring from second on a grounder to left field, something he could hardly have managed in April, granted Seattle a 2-0 lead. Leake managed to limit the base runners in the bottom of the third to just one and escape with no runs. The third out came on a crucial held tag by Seager on an ill-advised steal attempt by J.D. Martinez. Fourth inning, Connor, Andrew Ramini has an actual hitting streak. After a walk to Chris Herman, he blooped a single into center field, prompting an impromptu Andrew Romine chant from our gathering. Mitch would drive both of them in with a ringing double off of the monster, and Rodriguez's belly glowed yellow after intentionally walking Nelly. Kyle Seager showed off some wheels after a long battle at the plate, legging out an infield hit to first base. Haniger would come around to score from second, showing fantastic awareness with two down. Sadly, Ryan pounded the first pitch he sought to short, and the run stopped there. Bottom of the fourth, Kit Connor sadly had to peace out to go work, so I am back at the helm. The Park Pub patrons and staff continued to be bemused by our presence, but they seemed to be happy that we're happy. After all, happy people eat and drink more, right? Anyway, no lead is safe in the child's diorama known as Fenway Park, so even with a 5-0 lead, I am watching this game with some trepidation. Luckily, Brock Holt grounded out to new LL hero Andrew Ramini, Mitch Moreland grounded out on 2 pitches, and then Devers struck out swinging, for a 12-pitch, no-stress inning for Leake. Fifth inning, Mario. This is my first recap while being situated in the city of Seattle, where grown-up ballparks exist. The weather is exquisite and reminiscent of home despite Ben too much good stuff Gommel grounding out to start the inning. Luckily enough, Guillermo Heredia took a 3-1 count and scribbled in a base hit to left field in his at-bat, effectively eliminating whatever negative streak was imposed on him, against a right-handed pitcher no less. After Heredia's base hit, Chris Herman found his way into the batter's box, and quickly found his way into the dugout after flying out to Jackie Bradley Jr. Andrew Ramini, believe it or not, met the same fate, ending the inning by hitting a 90 mph fastball up and away high and into the glove of Andrew Benintendi off of the Green Monster. Mike Leake made his way back to work in the bottom of the fifth, starting with the first pitch called strike to Eduardo Nunez, and a second pitch that resulted in a long fly ball to Mitch Haniger for the first out. He made quick work of Christian Vasquez as well, causing him to ground out on 2 pitches. Set into a rhythm, Leake pitched to Jackie Bradley Jr. After a called ball on an outside changeup, a low changeup resulted in the third out of the inning, a simple flyout to Guillermo Heredia. 6th inning, Kate, after both D and Haniger made quick outs, Cruz hit the heck out of a ball, resulting in just a single because Ryan almost laced a ball down the LF line, but Devers made an excellent pick and throw. However, Mitch Moreland mishandled the ball. When the yellow hit sign appeared on the broadcast, there was a collective groan, even though that means Ryan is credited with a hit, which is theoretically a win for our team. That's what truly loving baseball means, folks. Ben Gommel grounded out up the middle to end the inning, but not before the Mariners collected yet another run. The Red Sox made a little noise right away when Sue Lin reached on an error by Ryan O'Ryan, making Zach Gottschalk feel better for the Red Sox baby shortstop but making the rest of us feel bad for Ryan. Benintendi and J.D. Martinez then grounded out, advancing Lin to third, but Mitch Moreland then flew out harmlessly to left. Lately I've gotten really into cooperative games, and every game at Fenway feels like a cooperative game. The odds are stacked against your brave band, but every successful inning feels like a huge win. Escape. Oh, thank God the island didn't sink on my turn. 7th inning. Eric, hello, and welcome to the 7th inning. The Mariners are cruising and it feels good. An end to the losing streak is within grasp. Heredia lead off the inning with a single to left field. Herman checked in with a single, as well, and Guillermo scampered over to third, setting the table for our boy Andrew Ramini, on his own Lil Vengeance tour of the AL East. He struck out on a 2-2 pitch in the dirt. So it goes. D. Gordon came up and scored another run with a fielder's choice, to put the Mariners up 7-0. Mitch Haniger popped up to left field for the third out. Mike Leake, continuing his shutout, came in to pitch the bottom of the 7th. He got 2 groundouts and then Devers almost killed himself with a foul ball of his back leg. Leake then ended the inning with a strikeout looking on Vasquez. Good Mike. 8th inning, Matthew Nelson Cruz led off the 8th inning with a solid single up the middle, which paired nicely with my beer and overall good feeling. Even when Kyle Seager and Ryan Healy struck out, my mellow has unharshed. Seeing Ben Gommel Tungus a line drive the other way was an encouraging bit of hard contact, even if it settled in Benintendi's glove. Having a touchdown-sized lead, delicious alcohol, and a sunny day cast a blind eye on any 8th inning badness. There wasn't much badness to be had. Leake whiffed Jackie Bradley to kick off the bottom half, then retired Sue Lin and Benintendi consecutively. This put Leake in a great position to go for the complete game shutout, and me in a great position to get drunker and pass the responsibilities of this recap to my coworkers. 9th inning, Joe, Ed, note, with various staff members having flaked off to so-called family responsibilities and myself flagging from multiple inning recap capsules, we called on closer Joe Vera. He was wearing a Fernando Rodney jersey, so it seemed appropriate. Did you know Chris Herman was on this roster? Because he has yet to mentally register on mine. But his one-out walk further etched his presence on his 2-for-3 night. Backup catchers who can play more than catcher, who knew? versatility, but that was the lone bright spot in the top half, following a Guillermo K, and followed by a Ramini pop-out and Gordon fly-out. Cue the pump-up fusion that signals the entrance of Edwin Diaz. Wait. No, hold on. With Leake nearing 100 pitches and Diaz having ample rest over the past week, the flamethrower was tabbed to pitch the ninth, offering up a single to J.D. Martinez and a triple, yes, dumb ballpark to Mitch Moreland to erase the shutout. He settled in after with a pair of good-for-the-soul strikeouts of Brock Holt and Blake Swihart, but another single from Eduardo Nunez brought in Boston's second run. Christian Vasquez's ground out officially ended the 5-game skid. Hallelujah.